It's going down like this, motherfucker.
This shit is crazy. The following
Nigga get mad. Say, motherfucker, what you mean you ain't gonna let me in this funky joint? Much money I done spent in here, nigga. I knew your mama when she was hoeing. Hump, baby. Shit, bet I do it over time. Say that, nigga. Shit. Bet the bar, off time. Shit, boy, I'm trying to make me some money. Boy, I'm hungry as a hog needs slop Jesus. Shit, gotta be a Jesus, cause too many black folks.
For what he has, for what he has, for what he has, he says that for what he has, he says that for what he has, he says that the only way that we can solve our problem is to unite together among ourselves, among our own kind, clean ourselves up, rid ourselves of the evils that we've become addicted to here in this society, and try and
Yes, he destroy black boys. If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man. Yes, he destroy black boys. 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 If you destroy him as a boy, he'll never become a man.
This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. Loud enough. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud enough. I'm still trying. This ain't loud.
I just left a light in this. I just left a light in this bitch.
Fuck up. Hey, where are the white women at?
Well. Gotta get a piece of my.
Your feet. He looked down, seen his feet. The nigga went berserk, killed the monkey, threw the bat out the window, start kicking that bitch in the air.
Say anyway, but I will. The way quantum entanglement works is that you can take two particles, quantum entangle them, and then take those two particles and move them at any distance in the cosmos. And let's just say, for example, if you quantum entangle two electrons and you have them spinning in the same direction, and then you take one of those electrons and you shoot that thing out 100,000 light years from the original. If you then rotate the spin on the one electron, if you modify it so that its spin changes, the quantum entangled electron at any distance will simultaneously in no time switch its rotation also, because they're quantum entangled. So these communication systems are taking advantage of this aspect of quantum mechanics that most people can't wrap their heads around, and this is what they're utilizing. It's just the new level of science that affords us the ability to communicate at any distance instantaneously.
You don't understand. It's cool enough just being cool, like I am.
Group of you together, you never can tell who's who. I've seen a lot of black guys, Nipsey, but you're overdoing it.
TikTok. A lot of the white content. TikTok. TikTok. A lot of the white content creators on TikTok get all of their dances from the black content creators.
You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. You're a philosopher? Yes. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Oh yeah, everybody.
Damn white boys out there. Most of them is psychopaths and all that. They'll kill your mama's mama. And you
Decent white folk that still don't know they're racist.
What the hell you want here, hunky?
Don't know me, want it.
I don't mean to be out of line. Mean to be rude. Mean to be rude. Mean to be rude. Mean to be rude. Mean to be rude.
Where's all that noise? 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 Oh, that's his daddy.
Your lines are still open. Oh shit, you can get it, nigga. You wanna get it?
Get your hands off of me, shit!
The Chinese platform, you already know that. The Chinese platform, you already know they don't give a fuck about your black ass. And they,
I think we OD. I think we OD. I think we OD.
My word, can't be my equal, I don't know what you my word, my word, my word. Doing the styles, doing the style, doing the style. That's the difference when you're my.
Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah. Used to snort cocaine, now I fiend for the check, yeah.
Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I. Baby, I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I come. I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the dude. I hit the loot juice, I hit the loot juice, it pulls up in the deuce. I hit the.
Like I said, you go to the history of European civilizations. 250 years is how long they last before they implode because of their greed, because of their violence, because of an inability to let others be, including themselves. If they didn't have brown and black people to hate, they would hate themselves.
Do that dance, baby, do that dance, let's work it out.
Aye, nigga. Aye, nigga.
Lean and buck, lean, buck, lean.
To the east. Greetings. This is Big Pontiac, and welcome to the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins, and I am that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming each and every one of you to my galactic patio that reaches from Minnesota to the universe. Well, that is my cue, or as I like to say, my motherfucking cue to come on in. And you know, when I come on in this part, I come on strong. I come on strong, and I usually show a fine ale. But some nights we don't have ale. There's many other nights, and we just have fine water. And so, if those of you out there that want to have a fine ale, or a fine Meruet, or some Boone Farms, Cold Duck, Alizé, pop them if you got them. But I am quick to say that I've got all age. And I am still smoking on the Jungle Boys Sour Apple Killer. So smoke them if you want them. Well, let me see. Let me see if I can find some highlights. Because we know it was an unglorious day. Oh, no, first, let me tell you. Let me tell y'all this first. This comes first. I want to say, you know, there's some things that are hard for me because, you know, I am the Monkey King. And that's why I've always been leery of going into MRI machines. Because they're literally from my face about this big. All right? From my face, they're about this big. So when you get in the middle of this thing, you got about that much space for your nose, and you got about that much space for your arms, and your arms is all tied up with pillows and shit, so you've got no space, you can't stretch out, and you got to sit there inside this tomb of electronic electrons. You're sitting there in the tomb of a magnet. And they gave me some medication. They thought it would cure, you know, the walls coming in on me. So I feel like I'm kind of like the Runaway Bride. Y'all remember that movie, The Runaway Bride? It was like, soon as I went in, I was like, nope, can't do it. I'm like laying down, they put me all in it, and I'm looking fine. Next thing, half my head went in, I'm like, nope, fuck this, I'm out. So I was traumatized, because it does make it feel like they want to put the Monkey King back in the mountain. And that shit is like right here, right here. And I went in, like, wait a minute, it's like this? I don't like that feeling. So, technology or not, I'm going to tell, you know, I'm not sharing my secrets, but there is the cheaper, safer to me way to get my MRI and a stand-up MRI. Just like I got done on my back. It may not show as much detail, but if you're doing it for a long while, somebody's going to have an interpretation of it. Now, they've already admitted, which I already knew, there's something torn in my arm. It's been torn in my arm. You can see it in the x-rays. So why should I have to be tormented for clarification? Look at the x-ray. Look at the old MRI. Look at what they give you at the new MRI and say, well, hey, you ain't got to terrify me. I came home and went in the corner. Well, my new recliner chair, you know, so that really wasn't the corner. But anyway, and I had to just like sit there and just be quiet for a little while with the fire going. And I'm like, I'm no longer in the tomb. I'm no longer in the tomb. You know, because I'll be feeling like the mountain, you know, it's coming down on me. So that's why I didn't come on last night. I was too traumatized. I had to call my spiritual teacher. I said, hey, they tried to put me under the mountain again. He said, how did you feel about that? I said, I didn't go for it. I said, no, I had to deny them. So I'm sorry. I had to get my shit together yesterday. Yeah, I tell you, watching let's see here. Yeah, let me see if I can get them to break this down. Yeah, this to sum it up. They'll show it on defense. Like really, you know, the key has never been any different. You know, when it comes to how you can make the script sort of believable. You know, you can put the play in play. You can put the game in play. And let's see if I can get this. Let's see where they add that. Let's see. Are they going to show the whole play though? Oh, these motherfuckers ain't gonna show the whole play. Cause let me see. It might be a part of this I can show you. All right, I can show you this. All right, on this play, I'm a little high. Let me turn myself down. Okay, on this play here, what you have to look at is what he did. And I'm sorry I can't find a film, but they even highlighted this. He should be back too deep. And you see what he did. He came up. They showed it. He came up. So there's no back help. And we could say this could be grip gloves. We could kind of say both these catches, like even this one. Like even this catch, we could definitely say grip gloves. And look, the safety's purposely late again. Purposely late. They tell you that bullshit. I mean, the ball, he was throwing them balls up there. Okay, let me see. Saying again, you know, no safety help here. We have the exact opposite here. No safety help. The safety went up. The safety went up and left him one-on-one. So, I mean, that's, you know, analytics right there. That's analytics. You put the player out of the position so you can score. It's funny, Jalen Hurst has like that straight up and down, but he doesn't have any escapability. He just has straight lines. So whatever's wrong with him, he's pretty stiff. The line played better. It hurt that the lineman went out early in the game. But like the interception before halftime, I think Lobo made a thing on it. It was a couple times where he would have thrown the ball more inside. He had the guys open, and he was underthrowing all night, underthrowing the ball. And so he's just not, I don't know if it's the drive in his legs. I don't know what it is. He is not driving the ball like he was. But on the other side, Swift ran the ball really good, but the defense sucked all night. The defense sucked all night. This wasn't a good team. This is a team that lost 4 games in a row, and all of a sudden, you know, this quarterback that ain't beat nobody. Running back had, what did they say? In 4 games, the running back only had, and that's how scripted it was. In 4 games, that running back only had like, what was it, 100 yards in 4 games? And tonight, he has 120, 30 all-purpose yards. I mean, that was the best they could script it tonight. But as I said, you know, if they don't win, they don't get any, they do not get any, oh shit, they do not get any publicity. So let's go through it. You know how I like to do it. Jamar 3224, what is happening? And I know you got to have vision. And you know, once you're on the Chocolate Mountain, there's only one patio, and that's the galactic one, and we only do one dance there. Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic song. And there's only one rule on that galactic patio. Don't touch my truck. Leave that truck alone. But you, like many others, are here for me to take you. Higher, higher, take you higher, baby. Oh, Grand Rising. Oh, thank you, Empress Goddess Spiriting. And I know you definitely got to have.
Got to have vision.
And I know you don't mind letting yourself go, feeling the movement and would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide. The cosmic slide, baby, and it's only one rule.
Don't touch my...
Leave that F-150 alone, even though it shines like candy red. But you, like everyone else, is here for me to take you. Well, here to take you higher. Oh, Jeffrey Lane, what is happening? Jeffrey Lane, yeah, I don't know, man, because this dude ain't gonna go to jail for doing that. So, like, why is it the fatal blow, you know? The fatal blow. You got football players. One football player, remember, he threw his wife on the bed with some guns, and he only got like a 4 or 5 game suspension, and they let him play again. So all dude did is threw her in the car. So like, okay, is that mean kill him? He can't never work again. It's like everything is that one moment. Was it as bad as Ray Rice? I think not. You know, Ray Rice was the ultimate pimp slap. You know, it was like Ray Rice hit his wife like she was the bottom. That's what you do to the bottom chick. You like the bottom chick. That's how Ray Rice did her. And I'm not glorifying that, so please, I'm not glorifying that. But so I don't know, Jeffrey. But I know, thank you, Jeffrey. And I know you would definitely join me on the Galactic Patio. Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide. And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that F-150 alone, and I am here to try to take you. Take you high. Okay, let me catch up. I hope all is well and all of you loved ones. Yes, very, very nice. Come in the room. Thank you. El Reborn, Amarun Khan, what is happening? Thank you for joining.
Got to have vision.
And come on, there's plenty of people on the Galactic Patio. Join me. Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic. And you know there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
And I am here with you and everyone else to take you. Take you higher, baby. Higher, baby. Higher. So I don't know, you know, I mean, it's happened before to people. Is that the death blow to his career? Some people it ain't been. So I don't know. I don't know how to say it. If you feel he's a pull or you feel that people are going to be, I mean, remember, what was his name? Quentin Daly. Quentin Daly had raped somebody. Remember, he got put out of San Francisco University and he didn't go to jail for it. He did some kind of deal and he was playing with the Bulls a year or two before Michael Jordan went there. You remember Quentin Daly? I think that was his name. So they still let him hoop. And he probably hooped, I bet Quentin Daly got hoop money long enough for pension. I don't know, you know, for sure. But, so I don't know. Oh, that's sending positive healing energies. Yeah, indeed. And El Reborn Amaru Khan says, peace and love to all. Thank you. And there's my main man from Japan, PJ Allen. And I know he's a man that can control all his.
My bitches. You saying you can't control your bitches? What?
And you definitely got
to have vision.
And come join us as we all get down.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slide.
And ooh ah, be give me ooh ah, girls go over, ooh ah, they just ooh ah. George Clinton was a genius, and you know there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
Leave that truck alone, and you are here like everyone else for me to take you. Higher. sending out them 600,000 Woodstock vibrations, where that is the peak of the Woodstock performance. So, you know, I want y'all to feel that. Express. Empress Express. You put her name. Why you put her name in there? Goddess. Spiritual Awakening. My apologies. Sandra Bullock. Oh, okay. Okay, Joey, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. And I know you definitely got to have vision. And join us on the Galactic Patio.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic slop.
Cosmic slop all day, baby. But there's only one rule.
Don't touch my truck.
It was way too much. And I'm here to take you. Here to take you higher. So thank you all. Thank you for coming. But yeah, that's part of the Eagles. Let me see if there's any more I can show you. Missed tackles. How many missed tackles on the back? How many missed tackles where they had him? Where they had him, you know, and they let him go. You know, how many missed tackles did they highlighted that number 21's missed tackles. How many missed tackles did we see? Where they had the guy and they let him go. You know, they get the first down. So, I mean, I just don't see any point of it. Okay, that ain't the play. I want to see the play where he threw. Let me see if they'll do that at the end. They might show this. I might be able to show this. Okay. Okay, even if it's commercial, I still think I can show what I'm trying to show. So right here. Now right here, okay, so the play where he caught it, you see how the double came late? And this is technically cover two, technically, you know, safety high. And so he's just late. You know, he's late. He should have covered, you know. But again, the ball is thrown up where he could have played the ball, I think. I think instead of trying to run to catch up, like in this trail position, one thing they would have told me is the ball is kind of a little higher because look at his steps. His steps are becoming shorter. See, look at his steps. So as a DB, I'm looking at that too. I'm like, okay, this ball is high. So at some point, I thought he could have probably turned around and played the ball instead of staying in chase. Because just right here, this is telling you he's slowing down. And again, he's, you know, taking his time on getting over there. But the next play, I think they showed the next one too. And so really look at what we're looking here. I think this is the game, you know, the touchdown right here. This is the touchdown right here. So no linebackers, it's all DBs, safeties and DBs. This is really, well, he's got him as a linebacker, but he's just like a safety, you know, so. And I think if we make it go. Okay, look at 21. What indication is he trying to go to? His read is to stay deep. What, he's spying him? That would be more 41. He would have a back in this set. See, he's doubling here, and he's kind of coming here. But, I mean, how are they running the out right here? Why would he react like this? This is it right here. Why would he react like this? First down is right here. So what, he's thinking that this back is going to get to... You still got plenty of time. Matter of fact, if you sit... You know, you sit or even do your steps, you know, your read steps. His read steps was all up. If you sit here, you know, but your job is to be this deep. And right here, this is the game. Right here. This is the game. See? There's no way he's supposed to be right there. And, you know, they throw the ball over the top, man for man. So, I mean, this is analytics right here. This is what they do. You know, put you out of position. Put you out of position. This is another way that they, you know, script the game. Put you out of position. All right. So yeah, you know, they were a gosh, what was the spread on this game? What is the spread on this game? What was it? And that let me give my weekly tallies. My weekly tallies. I think this is the weekly. So we were given 3.5, and it was okay. We lost. So wow. So yeah, the bet was to take Seattle and take the 3, because it was what 20 to 17. Yeah, 20 to 17. So I lost that one. Man, I don't know any of the scores. Let's see. Packers lost. I think the Titans won though, didn't they? Let's see. I don't know the scores, y'all. I didn't even see how I did this week. Well, it's only Monday, so let's see. I don't need this. I can knock that out. Let's see. What was we? Week 15? What was this? Week 15? Where were we? Week. Week. Is it 15? 15 scores. Is this where we at now? Okay. Yeah, here we go. So I didn't get it. Let's see how I did. Okay. So the Bills beat the Cowboys. I picked the Bills. So I won that one. And I won. Let me see. I know the Raiders and Chargers. The Raiders won. Where's that one at? Raiders won. Okay, I already got that one. Packers lost, though, I'm pretty sure. Vikings lost. Okay, Vikings lost. Okay, I got that one. Vikings lost. But Vegas won, so I got that one. Where are the Packers at? Steelers, Colts. The Colts won. I took the Steelers. So I got that. Okay, I already got that L. So I got most. Let me see. I guess a few I don't have. Let me see. Broncos, Lions. I got that one. Okay. Falcons, Panthers. I lost that one. Okay, let's see. Bears, Browns. I won that one. All right. Won that one. He's getting Green Bay, Tampa Bay. I lost that one. So let's put win, loss. Bills. I won the Bills. All right, let's see. I won the Chiefs. Jets, Dolphins. I won that one too. Dolphins is a W. Giants, Saints. Saints kicked their ass. Yeah, I took a W on that one. Titans, Texans. Houston won. Yeah, I don't like taking the Titans. I took an L on that one. I won Chiefs. I'm trying to read everything. I won San Francisco. Oh, I got the Jags. I didn't take a loss on that. I picked the Jags to win, right? Let's see. Rams and Commanders. Yes, I got the Rams. Shit, the Bills. I picked the Bills. The Bills won. Shit, the Bills won. Hex, yeah. The Jags won. So let me see if I didn't double. Let me see. Did I double? Let me call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So what did I end up? 1, 2. Well, the games is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games? 14 games this weekend? I'm missing it. And I won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I went 9 out of 14. Okay. 9 out of 14 this week. So I'm not sure how any money hit. Yeah, I got the Bills. Yeah, I picked the Bills. I picked the Ravens. Cause wait, what was it? No, I only won 8. I'm wrong. I picked the Jags. I picked the Jags. So I was only 8 out of 14. Yep. 8, and this is week 15. Let me make sure. Week 15. Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to look. And they covered too, because they gave up. The Ravens was giving up 3. Yeah, the Ravens won. Yeah, the Ravens won. Oh, okay. So I see what I did is, yeah, I took the Ravens and the points. Sorry about that, but I my overall pick was on us was the Jags and 3. So yeah, so that's what I bet. And again, I had picked the Eagles to win, which the Eagles already made the playoffs. So now everybody's fighting for home field. So that was kind of how I went today. And today, let me tell you, Cowboys messed parlays. Yeah, they messed up a lot of parlays. Jacksonville lost. Yeah, Jacksonville lost. Yep, Jacksonville lost. I watched that game. That was a good game. I watched that game. Yes, Jacksonville did lose. Right. I did see that. But yeah, the Eagles games, I mean, you making these teams that ain't did nothing. And this quarterback that's never did anything. They didn't even sack him, one time? They sacked that quarterback. That Eagles team sacked that guy one time. Make that make sense. One time they got to him. So it is football is the entertainment that it is. So there's no reason to look at it any different. Oh, my light's back there blinking. Okay. That's all right. It ain't hurting nothing blinking back there. So, but yeah, the Cowboys, my brother-in-law was like, wow. Because he watched the game with me tonight. He came over and he chilled and watched the game with us and stuff. James Gant, what is happening?
Got to have vision.
Yeah, I don't. And please join me on the Galactic Patio.
Would you like to dance with me? We're doing the cosmic.
And there's only one rule.
Don't touch my.
Leave that F-150 alone and let me, like every other one, let me take you. I'll say this. Historically, they've only had 4 or 5 coaches. I mean, historically, think about it like that before you answer that question. Now, Belichick's situation is a little different because I think Belichick wants to go. I think he wants to do something else. I don't know. I think the NFL is tired of him and his ways. In a way, they're going to make it, look like what can you do without, that kind of embarrassing him, that kind of shaming of him. It seems like they might be going through that with him on. But I don't know. I would say Belichick. I just don't think, the Steelers are not ones to fire their coaches. I mean, in the history of the team, what is the team? 80, 90 years old, and they've only had 4 or 5 coaches. So he's pretty safe. Unless he, wants to step away, maybe if they want to step him up, I don't know. But I would say of all the coaches, he's safe, I would think. They're just not really reactionary when it comes to that. They like stability in their organization. So they're not going to change that. I mean, it's like every organization has its identity, and that's their identity, is to stick with their coaches until their coaches leave. So I don't know. I don't think so. That just needs get fired off his ass. Jets coach need to be. Well, that was his first. I think his first head coaching job at any level, and it's not an easy job. I think he's a defensive coach too, and so if you're more adapt to that side of the ball, who do you bring with you, for your relevance on the other side of the ball? And then again, the team, you represent the whole team, and if that's not really your foray, I mean, you really have to bring in people that you really super trust. And so that's why some, it does, if you don't have understanding of the defense, it's kind of hard for you sometimes to understand offense. Well, I mean, it's the other way around. Your specialty is one thing. You have to adapt to coaching the whole team. That's why, they say with special team coaches are one of the few people of personnel that relates to the whole team. And that's what a head coach has to do. Special teams, they deal with everybody. So, good defense, bad offense. Yeah. And that's what the Jets kind of are. And, they missed on some picks. They've had 2 number 1 quarterbacks. And it's not that the guys don't have talent, but it's hard to develop guys who are under pressure all the time. And you see how whatever happened to Rodgers, but you see he wasn't even going to be protected. So let me see if I can adjust this. Let me see if I can adjust this back in front of me. Give me a second. All right. So I don't know. I don't think that they're going to touch him. They're pretty much Aaron Rodgers cursed the team. He's playing the same role that Fire played. That was Fire's first stop, was going there first. So that was his first stop. But I tell you, we tell our personal business. I'll say on the other side, I wasn't able to get inside that magnetic tomb, but I did meet with a knee surgeon actually, and he looked at my X-rays from the past. He looked at my MRIs from my knee, and he showed me where my knee does have some bone spurs. But he said most part I'm just going through inflammation, and I'm going through arthritis. And so it's my patella is not torn, which I was kind of wondering. And so I can get back on the treadmill. And then outside, I think we're gonna get us a little net, and I'll start hitting again. My left shoulder don't really bother me. I played through it, but it's just, strength to do other things. It should be stronger than what it is. And playing pickleball doesn't hurt my shoulder. So, and my reactions, but it's just, you want to make your arms strong. so I'm getting closer to getting back into playing. So, yeah. So that's good news. And I've been walking and stuff, and it doesn't seem to bother me. They say, take them anti-inflammatories. Take them mugs. So, yeah. And the weather still up here it is beautiful. I mean, it says 38 degrees right now. I don't think that's right. That is not right. It can't be that warm. It can't be. No, it's 16 degrees. What is this showing? What is this place? This is not around here. What? Where is this? This ain't here. Where's this place at? I don't need it. It's not 41. Oh, and it's definitely not even that. There we go. There we go. This is how cold it is up here. And I got the fan on here. But because these lights get hot, if anything else. So the dew point -7. So it's 6-mile-an-hour wind. It's not bad. It was windier when they brought this front in. But as you see, Monday's supposed to going to be rainy. Looks like it's going to be rainy all day. This is the day I go see the Vikings play. Vikings and the Lions. It's going to be a nice day. So I'm going to be able to wear probably what I wore before. Just a different pair of shoes and a different pair of pants. Because I noticed the Raiders coach had on my outfit. Or the Eagles coach, Pat Patricia. So we got mild weather up here, y'all. I mean, I noticed, but look at this. It's going to be like this today. But, Wednesday it's going to get a lot warmer. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's not bad out here. These is KDs. These is older KDs. They make new KDs. They're older ones. 3-carat diamond eternity ring for men. Should we look at this? How many ads is this gonna pop up? Like, who is this Merry Christmas for? Merry Christmas. So you can get a 3-carat diamond eternity band for $3,000. Where is this from? It's hot New York. Oh, eternity means diamonds on every side. Okay, it says try it on. How can I try it on? Okay. That don't look like me. What? Scroll. Me? Not doing that dumb shit. Okay, I like this. What do y'all think? 55% off. Okay, this is what you got to look at, though. You can lay it away, y'all. You can lay it away. All right, what are we looking at? Natural diamonds, but let's get into the real of what it is. All right, what are we looking at here? Okay, 10 grams of gold, it looks like. We're getting 12 millimeter. It's pretty significant at 12 millimeters. Carat weight is 3.5 carat type of gemstone. You have H in color from FH. Yeah, FH. But you have SI, not VS. But still, these motherfuckers still. They still shine. And you can lay it away. Lay it away or buy it for $100, $104 a month. Financed through a firm. Firm gave it to me. I got it on my pinky toe. Diamonds is everybody's best friends. Oh. You guys know. Oh, I didn't mean to kill everything. You guys know I'm just silly. So that's why, I didn't give any Philly love tonight. If they don't win, they don't get no love. Why does this keep doing this? Thank you. Oh, remember this Saturday, it is a game. Let's see. I think this is the schedule here. This Saturday, there's a game Saturday. So we're going to have games all the way up to Christmas this week. LeBron's going to be on Christmas Day too. So plenty of football coming. So more games. It's more games this Saturday too, though. NFL. Yeah, let's see. Where are we? Here we go. Week. I don't need the teams. I want to get into December 21st. Yeah, why did it jump me away? Yeah, here we go. I wonder if they got the odds out already. Let's see. December 21st game, no odds. Well, maybe these are. Okay, they're just giving you stats. They're just giving you stats. I don't see any odds on the games yet. And usually you can find odds. Okay. Yeah. All right, no odds. So, Bengals Steelers play on the 23rd. So, 21st, right, is Thursday. Thursday night, Steelers Rams. Bengals Steelers. Didn't we just see this? Is this week 15 again? Didn't we just. Yeah, I'm thinking this is still week 15. Yeah. Week 16. That's what we need is week 16. So if I don't get my picks in, you know how it be. It'd be like, man, don't stay on top of it. It says printable. Okay, here we go. I don't want to buy tickets. I'm already going to a game, so why don't I buy tickets? Oh, yeah, it shows. Wow. So New Orleans games with the Rams, you can get tickets like $60, like where I'm paying. Let's see, what does my game say? Where is it at? We're at Christmas Eve. So here's the Christmas Eve games. We're early too. Tickets as low as 80. Wow. Tickets as low as 80. We got our tickets for 60. So the tickets prices went up because the importance of the game has went up. So check this out. So now where I'm sitting, the tickets is at 80. See that? Because of the demand of the game. So I'm glad we up in that bitch. Yeah, no odds, but we got let's see. So this is week, yeah. So the 21st, we've got New Orleans and the Rams. So this is week 16. I'm going to take the Rams over. I'm gonna take the Rams over New Orleans, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. Man, I hate Pittsburgh. I think Cincinnati has a better defense. I'm gonna pick Cincinnati. I'm picking Detroit. I'm picking Detroit. I'm not playing. Washington, New York. Wow, New York sucks. Washington sucks too. I say New York at home. Two teams that suck. Cleveland or Houston. You know what? I'm going to go Houston at home. Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. I'm going to take Jacksonville on the road. Arizona, Chicago. Man, I don't like this, but I'm going to say Chicago at home. Dallas, Miami. I'm going Miami at home. New England, Denver. I'm going Denver at home. Okay, what we got? Monday night is still. So next Monday on Christmas Day, it's a game at noon. Yeah, a game at 3:30 and a game at 7. So Vegas, I'm taking Kansas City at home. I'm writing bullshit. Put Kansas City, I wrote the whole shit out. New York and Philadelphia. Eagles at home. And Baltimore, San Francisco, 49ers at home. So that's Rams, Cincinnati, Detroit, New York, Houston, Jags, Chicago, Miami, Denver, Kansas City, Eagles, 49ers. And I'll try to find odds somewhere and we can, so we can make some money because I made a little money last week. So we can all get together and make some money. Always under 100. How long have I been in? Okay, it's too early to talk about that because it's been debauchery. Says Big Ten coaches skeptical. Let's fuck with this. Here we go. Look at this bullshit propaganda. This makes me check this out. Now remember, Ohio State has beaten Alabama before. So it says, despite their standings, the number one team in football rankings, the Michigan Wolverines do not seem to see such a high regard by the public. Though they aren't quite an underdog in the Rose Bowl versus Alabama, the Wolverines are barely favored. And most analysts are taking the Crimson Tide to move into the championship game. Now, how much is this unconscious pushback because of the sign stealing last 3 games? One of the main concerns opposing Michigan is J.J. McCarthy, less stellar play down the stretch of the season. I don't know what's causing him to be hesitant, not as decisive as he was earlier, said Big Ten, who played him. Final 4 games, Harborough suspension, championship. McCarthy threw for only 124 and just 1 touchdown. They were playing with a limit. This case of offensive coordinator, knowing the Wolves would get by a run game. McCarthy's injured. I've heard he's been banged up since the Penn State game, possibly. I think Alabama's way more talented. Michigan's offense is not dynamic enough for the skill. Alabama's going to have heavy-handed with them. If Alabama can stop the run, Michigan has no chance, which I disagree. I think they can pass on them too. They're not good as they were last year. I think Michigan is better than they were last year. I think Alabama will give them trouble with their big front. Should I read that again? I think Alabama is going to give them trouble with their big front. I don't think this writer knows Big Ten football, because the Gophers have a big front on offense. You can't play in the Big Ten, and you can't be the East champion and the conference champion without a big line up front. So that ain't gonna be the problem. That definitely ain't gonna be the problem. I'll send you that list. Okay. Definitely. I'll send it to you. So the line, that's the bullshit he said. Yeah, this is some hating. But we're gonna party too. My friend that we went to the concert with, we're gonna be over his house. And we're gonna, this is a great time. It's a great time. A lot of love. A lot of love. So to me, that's another indication that Michigan probably gonna win. That's another reflection that they're probably going to win. There's one sad thing. I'll get to it, but no hurry. But it was a local thing. Oh, I got to talk about Ant. Did y'all? Oh, what is her name? What is her name? Where's my phone? Ant supposedly got a girl pregnant, and they say that he offered her. Ant. Let me see if I can find this again. This was on. But yeah, the girl he's engaged to, he has pregnant, and supposedly some OnlyFans chick, Jordan. What was her name? Jornay. Her name was Jornay. Jornay, I think, was her last name. But did y'all check that out? Let me see. Was it here? Was that story here? I didn't think it was here. Let's see if we can look it up. Let's see. Not him. Come on. You guys know I don't want him. Edwards. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Check this out. Y'all did. I forgot about this shit. Timberwolves Anthony Edwards issued statement after allegedly paying woman to get an abortion. allegedly paying Timberwolves head coach David Fisher's education maturity. Anthony Edwards is a work in progress. Minnesota Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards issued a statement on Monday after a woman released a screenshot of alleged text messages between the two that show a contact listed as Edwards pressuring her to get her abortion. She posted a screenshot of alleged wire transfer of $100,000. That'd be Rick Flag too for taxes. I made a comment of the heat of the moment, and that's not me. And that was not aligned to what I believe and who I want to be as a man, he wrote on social media. All women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions, even though you drop one up in there. But I'm handling my personal matters privately. Will not commenting in the future. Timberwolves will be ongoing. They didn't show her name. Oh, here we go. Details confirmed it would not be first. Edwards has found himself in broader controversy. He issued an apology for using, he called him that thing in the video. Edwards, blah, blah, blah. The girl's name was Jadnay was her last name. Sunny Jadnay, I think was her name. Sunny Jadnay. But yeah, they didn't put it in this one. But yeah, so what did that chick say? Basketball players is the easiest to trap because they don't like to wrap it up. They like to ski. All that ski. All that ski. Basketball players, don't like to wrap it up. When you have to pay child support, you're going to feel effed up. Child support's 18 years. You be done gave her about 10. And she ain't gonna be with you anymore. She gonna be letting another man in while you paying for their lifestyle and they mansion. Oh, here she is. I found her. Damn. He fell for it, y'all. He fell for it. What do they tell you? Never trust a big butt and a smile. She gonna get the bag. If she really is. We gonna see. We got to see the test and all that. See, the Skittles showing you she was with the fuckery. They telling you right there what she's about. Right there. She got him. Skittles bag ain't there for no reason. He fell. He fell for it, y'all. He fell for it. He said, oh, these ski. She's like, oh, baby, it's nobody but you. It's yours, baby. You can have it if you want it. Oh, you ski. Oh, y'all know y'all going too. What did Sly say? Y'all know y'all would do the same thing. Be like, baby, how much is it? How much do I got to pay you to let me ski? So is this his girlfriend? This is his girlfriend. No. Paige Jordan. Yeah, no, this is, see, his girlfriend. Well, they'll show us his girlfriend. Is this Goofy? Yeah, they didn't show his girlfriend. Sorry. That was not her. That was not her. No, I do not want more. Thank you. I want less. There we go. So this is who got him. This is who got him. He went for it. Y'all. He's like, hey, I gotta have it. Oh, more pictures of her? Is this her too? I think this is all her. Maybe. I don't know. No, this is some other chicks. But that's what he went for. Well, we'll see. He's desperate. That's desperate. Well, you know what? If she would have told me that, you know what I would have answered? I'd have gave her that 50 cent. If she'd have told me that, I'd have sent her that 50 cent reply. Have a baby by me and you be a millionaire. That's how he should have played that till he really knew. Instead of panicking, getting shamed by her because she played him. Like, how do you play yourself? How don't you protect yourself? You can buy female condoms and you can shove them up there, Like, hey, she had the female condom, tape yourself, shoving it up there. So it's nice and tight. Or just have one woman and don't fuck around and fuck your money up. But I understand a young man having wants and needs, but he doesn't have any vision. That's why he's a sucker. Because the women around him, they got vision. But that's how he should have hit her. Just, okay, I'll hit her back, have a baby by me, and be a millionaire. Okay, see you in court, hon. Okay, we'll see. Not no sucker move, panic move. You know, he's panicking. Well, what do I do? She's told me that it's mine. What do I do, you guys? You say, good for you, honey, and we'll see. That's what I'll say for you, because it's mama's baby, daddy's maybe. We'll see. That's how a player would have did it. Well, okay, you have a baby by me, you're gonna be a millionaire. I'll send her some new Adidas. You and the baby can have Adidas outfits for life. But that's some debauchery. Okay, I'm into an hour. Okay, I guess I can get into this. Is not debauchery. This is, well, it's kind of I think the first story I want to start off with is a little sad. A little sad. Let's see. Right here. For a young person, you don't normally hear something like this. Let me start it from the beginning. I kind of remember this guy. Okay. But I'll let them tell it. It's not a happy story, so prepare.
Man who grew up here in the Twin Cities and went on to play basketball for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Edina High School basketball standout Walter McGrory passed away this weekend after a 2-year fight with a rare form of cancer. Rob Olson joining us live tonight with a look at his legacy. Rob?
Yeah, a kid that grew up in Minneapolis, was a standout basketball player for Edina High School, then spent 4 years playing for the Wisconsin Badgers. A statement today from Badger head coach Greg Gard saying that the courage and fight that Walt demonstrated through his 2-year battle with cancer was an inspiration to all of them, that he never gave up, and that was very much evident even in these last months.
My name is Walt McGrory, and honestly, I never thought I would be here.
It was this past May when Walt McGrory spoke at the U of M Foundation's Winefest fundraiser, 1 month after a partial amputation of his left leg in the fight to save his life from cancer. And he made clear that night he would never give up.
Whether the odds are in my favor or not, one thing is for certain: a broken spirit doesn't stand a chance.
And that attitude is how he is now remembered.
He had some very difficult times and very painful moments, but he always kept his smile on.
Pat Dorsey was Walt's head coach for 1 year at Edina High School. It was a year Walt made varsity basketball as an 8th grader. In 2017, as a senior, Walt then set the all-time Edina scoring record. He then played 4 years with the Badgers. In the summer after his graduation at age 22, was diagnosed with bone cancer in his shin.
He had such a high spirit and high hopes in that moment, and it just was inspiring for all of us when we're going through our difficult day.
But Walt's had many difficult days, as documented on his Instagram, his chemotherapy, his surgeries, how the cancer spread to his knee and then to his lungs. He began a GoFundMe just in September, raising money for experimental treatments that insurance wouldn't cover. As he fought, his former Badger teammates paid him a visit, and in November, his former coach talked of him after a game.
Just to let you know that we love you here in Madison.
Walt McGrory has now lost his battle, but he never stopped the fight.
I'd like to make a toast to more life.
Wow. Wow. And, you know, that's for me, you know, and that's a hard one because, I mean, it is a sacrifice type of year. Yeah, it's a hard one for me to even comment on. It brings up so many different thoughts in me. I mean, and I think I'm going to have to keep some of my thoughts to myself instead of expressing them. But I don't know. It's to a point where can't really fear death. And I think you can't let them talk you into doing things because of fear of death. Death is part of the whole experience. I mean, you start dying the minute you're born. That's the cycle. It's not, you're growing up. Yeah, well, you're getting closer to, and so that's the cycle. So, but it also, it gets into what was it all for? All his years of practice. He was on the playing varsity basketball in Edina, which they get decent talent out there. They're in one of the bigger high schools in the bigger leagues. So for him to be able to thrive in that league, that's the same league my nephew just got done played. They played Edina twice. I've been over there. My friends, my best friend, his son goes to school there now. He's probably going to run track, but so for this boy to achieve like that, what was it for? But it was for the sacred ball game, and he will forever be remembered in that regard. Put his energy into it. The energy will pass on to others. So Eric Montrose died today at 50. Eric Montrose, wow. It's funny, his shoes dropped this week, and then it comes out, reminds me of a Nike reveal, Josh shoes. Then came the BS videos with the guns and the strippers. Yeah, his shoes is for sale right now. Everybody's saying they're pretty comfortable. They're Hardings. Like I've said, all these shoes, they're Hardings made a different way. That's all they are. They're Hardings made a different way. Same technology as the Hardings. Look at the shape. But Eric Montrose, wow. And Eric Montrose is the one that beat Chris Webber and them. And Eric Montrose, everybody thought Eric Montrose was going to Michigan too because his daddy went to Michigan. So, wow, he died. I did not know that. Let's check that out. Let's check out Eric Montrose. Yeah, wow. Yeah, this is interesting. Let it play. This is interesting. I did not know this about Eric Montrose. The beast is hungry. The beast is hungry. Wow. So he went to North Carolina. He played for Utah. That's then we'll start breaking him down. Where's my geometry people at? Okay, she can get it.
After news broke this morning of the passing of basketball legend Eric Montrose.
He played at the university from 1990 to 1994 and was the starting center when the team won the NCAA championship in 1993. CBS 17's Dina Harley joining us live right now from campus. Dina, I know the entire community remembering him.
Yeah, Bill and Liz, a really sad day here. You can see his jersey displayed in this case behind me here at the university's basketball museum. There is already actually a big photo on the wall outside of this building with his face on it and his life dates. People who knew Montrose best say this loss just devastating. He was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year, and he has spent the last few months with his wife and 2 children, kind of just enjoying his time with them. During his time here at UNC, Montrose was a star on the court, standing at 7 feet tall. He was easily recognizable. He was a member of the All-America team as a senior. He earned NCAA East Region and Final Four All-Tournament honors. He even played 9 seasons in the NBA. A lot of people remember him for being a basketball great, but people close to him tell me he was so much more than that. Earlier today, I actually spoke with the head of the basketball team's communications. He's known Montrose since the 90s. He told me a story about him off the court and how he actually spent half of his life helping other people battling cancer.
When Eric was a student, he befriended a young pediatric cancer patient named Jason Clark. And even as a college student, Eric had the wherewithal to understand that, he actually complained. He said, people call me a hero because I'm a really good basketball player. I'm 7 foot tall and I can dunk and I play for the Tar Heels. But a hero is someone like Jason Clark, who's fighting cancer and with the courage that he does.
You could just tell he cared a lot.
All right. Wow, the beast is hungry. All these basketball sacrifices. So that's a North Carolina sacrifice. And we had a Wisconsin sacrifice, which make you think of the 1977 championship of Marquette and Carolina. Yeah, that's for the NBA. Let's look at his stats. Let's see. Back. Why does it keep giving me that? Oh, yeah, that's what I want right there. I want his pro career. Let's see if I can find his. I wonder if I can find his stats. See if any of his stats are on here. No, they're not giving me. Let's see. Oh, here we go. He played for the Toronto. Maybe they'll bring it up. No, it did not. It brought up the Raptors and not Montrose. So he played with the Raptors so he got, is that right? No, first team he got drafted by, so he got drafted in the lottery by Boston. Let's see. Okay. Wow. He got drafted by Boston, the first round pick in the lottery, the 9th pick. They got rid of him after 2 years. He played 1 season with the Mavericks. They got rid of him that same year. New Jersey got rid of him. Philadelphia got rid of him. He went to Detroit and played 2 years. And then he ended up playing for Toronto. So, definitely journeyman professional career. Let's see here. Sexton, during his NBA, he averaged 10 points per game, was selected all rookie game. However, Montrose never reached this level of production. They came under fire, selecting him over Eddie Jones, Jalen Rose, or Aaron McKee. They traded in Dallas in exchange for first-round pick. After the Dreadline, Montrose, Jimmy Gadsden were traded to the Nets for Ed O'Bannon, Khalid Reeves, Sean Bradley. On this day, the NBA, Montrose and Jackson were traded to the Sixers with the draft rights for Thomas, Anthony Parker, Don McClain, Lucius Harris. Lucius Harris, Michael Cage, the draft right. Michael Cage had to be done by then. He had to really be old. Keith Van Horn. Montrose was traded and Jerry Stackhouse would trade the Pistons for Eric McKee and Theo Ratliff. During the Pistons, Montrose played 167 games, started 32 of them, and he averaged 2 points a game and 2 rebounds. He was sorry. Montrose announced his retirement due to a foot injury, was waived. He averaged 4 points, 4 rebounds. He played in 465 games. Wow. So he wasn't a very talented pro athlete. Yeah, his college career was really it. 2 times All-American, first team ACC, second team ACC, first team academic All-American. So he was bright. Parade All-American because he was 7 foot. But I think his dad, if I remember right, his father went to, let me see. My team that won against Michigan with Chris Webber. Yeah. Montrose's father and grandfather had played for Michigan. His father, Scott, was a teammate with Cazzie Russell, and his maternal grandfather was John Townsend, an All-American in the 30s. So, you know, he went against his family. But again, his family they didn't need him. Michigan didn't need him. They had Jalen, they had Howard, and they had Chris Webber. So they didn't need him. And if it wasn't for that Chris Webber bullshit, they'd have probably beat them motherfuckers. I think. So, you know, rest in peace. Rest in power. You know, the same thing can be said about him. What was it all for? You know, he got a chance to be part of the Sacred Ball field, but he signed that contract that whenever, you know, they say it's time, he ain't got no choice but to say okay. That's how it works out. To say okay. So, there's a couple other stories that let's see. A couple other stories. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I this is a couple of days ago, but this is worth showing. This is worth showing. I think Brother Nick would appreciate this. Yes, I think this is about 4 minutes. I got the munchies. What can I go downstairs and eat? I've got the munchies like a motherfucker. That's why I like drinking beer. It kind of fills you up. But here we go.
Approach to same-sex couples. The Pope officially approves allowing priests to offer blessings to same-sex couples. Yes, it's a major breakthrough within the church, but it comes with a caveat. The blessings cannot be granted at the same time as a civil union or in a ritual that even smells like a wedding. So for some Catholics who are LGBTQ, today brings some mixed news. Kent is here now to walk us through this. Hi, Kent.
Hi, Jana. Yeah, in this announcement, the Pope made it clear this morning that people seeking God's love and mercy shouldn't be subject to an exhaustive moral analysis to receive it. But tonight, it's still unclear how many local church leaders will grant such a blessing to a same-sex couple. And because it stopped short of recognizing same-sex marriage, it's also unclear who will seek one.
As a legislator who helped lead the charge for the passage of Minnesota's Freedom to Marry Act 10 years ago,
for dignity,
Senator Scott Dibble
vote yes for love.
Knows what progress for same-sex marriage looks like. And as a Catholic who's also a married gay man, he views today's decree by Pope Francis allowing for the blessing of same-sex couples as a complicated milestone.
That's great news. That's a big breakthrough. That is a gigantic advancement. There's no denying that whatsoever. But it's mixed, of course. You know, it is short of recognizing our marriages as fully valid, recognizing the fullness of our humanity as in the image of God.
It is not intended to be a marriage, not intended to look like a marriage.
St. Thomas professor Charles J. Reed Jr. says that distinction may be upsetting to both progressive and conservative Catholics for different reasons, and says that's likely the Pope's point.
This is actually a signal to Europe that maybe the European movement has gone too far too fast. And this is a signal to the United States that maybe the United States should, so to speak, get with the program of Pope Francis.
What does it accomplish?
All right, I'm back. Now I'm having nuts in my teeth. Cashews, that is. I mean, what in this looks positive? I love watching this Christmas stuff. Om doodly om doodly om. What is this? This is nothing but saying how rich we are. This isn't a hall to worship. This is showing how much bread and influence we have in the world under the guise of control. I mean, look at this. What is spiritual about a suffering person? And look at this. You know, the 33 right there in your face. Look at the horns. See the horns? Think that's by accident? Look at the horns right here. See the horns? More horns here. This fractal. But do you see this? Right here. 33 right there in your face. But one thing that the Catholics do is they don't love Sophia, but their they did two things. They made Mary 3 people. You got Mary Magdalene, Mary, mother of Jesus. Well, 2 people. So she's multi-people. So they do. This is the feminine power, and the feminine power is on the right hand. See? Because when they, the Trinity is the Holy Spirit. But I mean, look at this. Look at this. There's nothing positive about this. Nothing spiritual about this at all. Any more of that stuff in there? I mean, look at this opulence. Look at this. Look at the picture there. Some of these pictures, they had the black Madonna in these pictures. This picture's an olive Madonna. But what did they need all this for? Why does one organization need this? Well, this is amplifiers, no doubt. This marble, these are amplifiers. This amplifies everything they do. That's why it's made like this. So, and you can believe whatever you want, but if you think this is spiritual, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to be watching that stuff in a couple of days. You'd be like, me be hitting them with that Greek. And I can read Greek. I'll be like, I got the Mondays, I'm sorry. So I wanted to get that out there. You went to Catholic school. Hey, Jerry. I went to Catholic school. Tell me about it. Super duper satanic. All that shit smells crazy to you. Also, the kneeling up and down all over again. That's a good point. That is a good point. Come back to that one. Oh, here's one. Tell you what, this is a public service announcement because I know a lot of trading is going to be done in the next, few days. But I think this is to make you aware, And let me say this. I'm gonna say this. Don't buy jewelry over don't buy jewelry, over hand to hand. You really shouldn't buy jewelry hand to hand. Because if you're not an expert and you don't have the tools to buy it, you can get cheated easily. It's easy to have it marked 14 karat gold and it ain't 14 karat gold. And diamonds, you really got to take this shit to experts. So it's not anything you can hand-eye look. But this is just some advice, public safety announcement.
Our top story tonight, a sale escalating to a shooting. San Antonio police are searching for the suspect who shot a man who was trying to sell jewelry in a Northwest Side neighborhood. It happened just before 11 o'clock last night off the 500 block of North San Bernardo, just steps away from Holy Cross High School. KENS 5's Vanessa Croy explains this is not the first case where a potential seller becomes the victim of a crime.
Tonight, police are still trying to track down the suspect accused of shooting a man after they met up to sell jewelry. And this is not the first time police say a meetup like this has ended in violence. Just before 11 Sunday night, San Antonio police say they were called out for a shooting off North San Bernardo. According to investigators, the victim told officers he was selling jewelry when the shooter pulled out a gun and shot him. It's unclear how the victim arranged the meetup with the suspect, but this is not the first case this year when someone trying to sell their property becomes a victim of a violent crime. In September, officers responded to the 4300 block of Spectrum 1 for a shooting. That's where they found a man who'd been shot in the chest. The victim was able to tell officers he'd met the suspect, later identified as 25-year-old Kevin Jones, to sell a gun. According to an arrest affidavit, the 23-year-old victim had connected with Jones through Facebook, and the two decided to meet up so the victim could sell Jones a gun. When the two met up, Jones and the other suspect allegedly held the victim at gunpoint. As the victim tried to run away, he was shot. Police say Jones and the other suspect got away with the victim's gun, but Jones was arrested a month later. And another unsolved case happening in May. Bexar County deputies are still looking for this man, accused of an aggravated robbery that happened off the 6800 block of Agua Calientes. Investigators say the victim connected with this man and two other suspects through a social media app to sell merchandise. As the victim is waiting for payment, the suspect and another man tries to take the items away and then shoots at the victim as they sped away. Now, as for the man who was shot last night, police tell us he's going to be okay. But tonight, the accused shooter is still on.
She's kind of cute. I must say, I like her spunkiness. She's kind of cute. But you notice both chicks had the hair kind of the same style, but she's cute. She is cute, I must admit. So this is a public service announcement. Be careful out there. You know, when you're trading stuff, be careful. My wife, we went way out Minnesota backyards, and you know, you gotta protect yourself. You can't just be out there. Why would you use some dumb shit like that? People get retarded. I mean, I've met people and bought guns. What's it called? One of the things, there used to be a thing here where you could just meet somebody and they sell you a gun, or you could sell them a gun. It's legal here. It used to be you didn't have to register guns. You could just sell guns to people. Let's see. There's one more. Man. They are maybe I'm all caught up. I think this is the only story that I got. I think I was all caught up. I was all like, okay, yeah, that's pretty caught up there. But I think it was a few more things. I can probably go for another half hour or so. I do have a little busy day, not terribly busy, but a few things to do later today. But I did have yesterday off, so I'll chop a little longer. Oh, they got him. They got him. I guess I'll start off with this story here.
Go to 1 Hour Flower.
Because, you know, there was, over the years, there's been criminal books. And criminal books, it told you how to do certain crimes. And one crime that I know did work is back in this would have to be the 98, 99, 90s. The book is probably from the early 90s. But the book told you that if you found a ATM and you wrapped a chain around it and you had a truck, you could drag it down the road. And in fact, I know that does work. So that's what this story reminds me of. So I'll let them tell it.
An ATM was ripped out of the ground in Roseville early this morning.
Experts say it's part of a troubling trend that has been increasing all across the nation, but especially here in the Midwest. WCCO's Alan Henry has the details.
It is a big problem. The rate of ATM crime has increased about 600% since 2019, according to our data.
Roseville police say it was around 4 a.m. Tuesday morning when a group of thieves yanked the ATM out of the Great Southern Bank drive-thru just feet away from the Rosedale Center Mall. Police say they found the vehicle involved and one suspect, while the other 4 suspects barricaded themselves inside this hotel, all of them arrested after a 2-hour standoff.
It's, for the most part, organized crime. And these groups, they'll travel from state to state. They typically tend to be based in New York and Los Angeles. But we've also got groups coming in from Mexico.
David Tenty is executive director of the ATM Industry Association. He says criminals are after a potentially big payday.
An ATM, even a small one in a convenience store, could easily, contain $20,000 to $50,000.
And that's a fact. I used to fill ATMs, and ATMs normally it was one machine I filled. It would be 30 grand we took there, and you would fill it with, I think you could fill it with 14 grand was how you filled it. And then you would put the rest in the bottom. So the next guy that came, he would refill it. So yeah, it's always money at ATMs. It's not much money at banks. Like when I used to deliver money to banks, banks don't really have a lot of money in it. It's a couple, but most don't. I mean, like it's just millions sitting there. You have to order money. Like say you won the lottery and you wanted $2 million. You'd go to your bank, you'd have to order it. They'd put a ticket in. If it doesn't raise any red flags, you could go get your money. So that's how they do it. You'd have to order the money. So most banks, it was like I've said before, I only had one bank. They got 400,000. One bank got $1 million a week, and one bank got 400,000. And the one that got $1 million a week, they got it. It was a big bundle of money, so it was ones, and but it's a wait for all of it. I mean, a lot of gangster movies and shit tell you, but so banks aren't really the thing, though. And even the trucks, you'd have to hit the trucks even at a certain time, but the technology to protect the trucks, if it's not an inside job, pretty hard. But I'll let them continue to wrap it up a little more.
The drive-in ATMs at a bank could be over $200,000.
But Tinty says the risk of getting caught isn't the same as the reward, something his industry is trying to change with lawmakers.
All of these crimes tend to fall into the category of property crimes in most states, which means that if you steal, $50,000 out of the store's ATM, the penalty is going to be about the same as running off with a six-pack of beer.
Alan Henry, WCCO News.
The ATM group says big banks tend to eat the cost of ATM thefts, but some medium banks and independent ATM operators have increased their convenience fees to customers by several dollars to compensate for.
So, hey, I just bring the news. Not trying to say anybody to do it. I'm not trying to get anybody. God damn, this nigga had a double lung transplant. Oh, they got ad on the news here too. They got ad here on the news here. They wasn't gonna miss it on the news here. They got ad on the news here, boy. That's like they said, they release your shoes, so you gotta have a little bit of shaming going on. They build you up and then they gotta tear you down at the same time.
Edwards is playing out publicly on social media.
Edwards is responding to allegations that he paid a woman to get an abortion after cheating on his long-term girlfriend, who is also expecting a child. Reg Chapman has the story.
Anthony Edwards is leading the Minnesota Timberwolves to their hottest start in years. But now the superstar is dealing with another kind of heat after a woman accused him of paying her to get an abortion after cheating on his long-term girlfriend, who was also expecting. The allegations surfaced Monday on Instagram. The images of the text, which WCCO has not been able to independently verify, show a conversation between two parties, one of whom is allegedly Edwards. The other is model Paige Jorday, who posted the text on her Instagram page. In the text, Jorday sent a picture of her pregnancy test. The screenshot replies showing the other person instructing her to get an abortion. They also replied that they would send money. Jorday posted an Instagram story later showing a receipt for an incoming wire transfer for $100,000. According to the messages, the other person demanded video proof of Paige taking the right abortion pill and asked her to handle this like grown-ups. We reached out to representatives for Edwards and
So like PJ said, his shoes just came out. You got to take a little humiliation. Humiliation. He had to do it. He had to do it. He had to do it. I had to have it, baby. Ooh, this is dirty.
A night out near.
David Schumann is at the Dickeytown.
This is crazy, insane, y'all. I got a crazy, insane one. Damn, crazy, insane.
Into a nightmare for 3 young women.
All 3 went to the hospital. Now police are investigating whether someone slipped something into their drinks. David Schumann is at the Dickeytown bar right now where that investigation is focused. David?
And don't forget, this guy right here used to play on Mad TV as Howie or Stewie. Remember, he played on Mad TV, but let's go.
Amelia, Blarney Pub and Grill is closed on Mondays, but this weekend, in the span of 4 hours, 3 young women who say they were drinking here went to the hospital. Police are looking into if they were drugged, and students we talked to are concerned.
2 teenagers and a third unidentified woman were treated this weekend for what police are calling similar symptoms of illness and alcohol-related issues. One of them, 18 years old, told officers someone gave her a drink at Blarney Pub and Grill in Dinkytown, and she began to feel sick. Minneapolis police are investigating for adulteration, which means the adding of a substance that can cause harm or illness.
My mom sent it to me, just some news article telling me to be safe. I'm letting my friends know to be extra careful. It's scary.
Amreen Reshi says it's making her think twice about going to some of the bars near campus.
And that makes me sad to hear that college students are feeling like unsafe.
And you ain't too cute, so I don't think she's got to worry about somebody slipping something in their drink. She ain't too cute.
On their campus, and they can't just like go
Yeah,
to the local
you don't need to go out. Nobody's gonna crack on you, honey. You're not too cute, but let's go.
places that are nearby. It's definitely important to be aware of your drink, specifically on campus.
But when you got a face like that, it'll scare people away. But let's go.
Bridie Lynch, a freshman, says she has strategies for going out safely at night.
We go in big groups of girls.
You're too young to drink if you're a freshman. If you're a freshman, you're 18 or 19. I think you have to be 21 to drink everything in this state. So why are you drinking and why are your lips so chapped? It's like no one's introduced chapstick to you in your life, but let's go.
I have my boyfriend too around often, or we'll just
You don't have chapstick around often.
keep our eyes on each other, watch out for each other and each other's drinks.
Yeah.
His manager had no comment when we asked about what happened. The owner didn't get back to us.
Stewie again from Mad TV. So, you're not old enough, young lady. Why did you interview her? Why would you interview somebody that's underage? But yeah, don't take drinks for people that didn't give you the drink. Yeah, that's realer than Holyfield. Yeah, not a lot of debauchery, and that's good. That's good. Not a lot of debauchery going on in the world. Let me see. What is the date? Yeah. So, the solstice. The solstice. Let's look at the solstice up. What time is the solstice coming in? No, to come in. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's try to learn a little bit of something here. When is the first day of winter? Facts about the 23 solstice, the shortest day of the year. They rob us. As the day gets shorter and colder, the winter solstice approaches. It marks the day when the people in the northern hemisphere experience the shortest day and the longest night. When it brings the fewest hours of daylight, the significance of the winter solstice extends beyond its astronomical nature. The cultural and historical importance of this event is evident in traditions, festival worldwide. Embracing the solstice often is an expression of the changing season. The winter solstice is an astronomical event that occurs annually on the Earth's axis. Tilt is furthest away from the sun. The solstice is the shortest and longest night of the year in the North Hemisphere. It is also the beginning of winter. Winter solstice this year falls on Thursday, the 21st. The Northern Hemisphere, the solstice occurs around June 21st or June 22nd. That's right. That's the longest day of the year. Winter solstice and solstice times, according to date, you'll be able to see the winter solstice at sunset at 5:25. And I think Arizona's central. I don't know. No, Arizona's, I don't know. Farmer's Almanac, winter solstice tradition. From the meaning sun stands still. Stonehenge, yeah, is fake. Close to the Mayan long count. There's speculations that the world might end. Well, let me tell you where we've been since that long count. Because, you know, that's some shit that I do. So right here, you know, when it went 2012, so since 2012, when it was 13 katans, 0 katans, 0 tunes, 0 unos, and 0 kin. That was December 12, 12, 12 of 2012. But today we are in the long count. We are 13 batoons, 0 katoons, 11 tunes, 2 unos, and 15 kin. The token date is 2 men, and the Habib date is 2 Kwanik. And there's a direction in that. I grab my book out. Where's it at? Is it right here? Where's it at? Where's the book? It's not right here. I'm denied. Huh. It's one of the few books that's generally out. But again, I am denied. Huh. I am flabbergasted. Let me see which book would have, I think. Huh. I don't know. So I don't know the Mayan calendar right now. Oh my! So this is the solstice. So it says, how can the solstice affect you? And I've been talking about this for a couple weeks. Seasonal affect disorder, a type of depression that occurs specific times during the winter when the daylights are out. Circadian rhythms and sleep patterns. The decrease in daylight during the solstice can affect the body's internal clock and relate to sleep. Vitamin D production. Don't let them kill you with vitamin D, though. Mood and energy swings. So these are some basic things. But the next few days, you know, really get into the long nights. Get some good times. There's a lot of beautiful energies out there that will that you can get into. So enjoy the long nights, just as in May I am going to enjoy the long days. But I can't believe my book is not here. This ain't the right one. It's one of them. Here we go. This has got some of it, but where's the book? I know I had a book somewhere that had the calendar in here. All right, what does it say? What did I read? Where is the phone? All right, it says day 15. Where are we at here? Day 12. Let me see, what does it say? I'm out of practice, y'all. Day 15. Men. Let me see. I gotta count from the beginning. Okay. Usually it'll tell you. Let me see. There's just a full map in here. I don't have my one book. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. So it's day 15. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, these are the 20. So men, it would be men. Oh, okay. This is the 20. So for the 20, it would be, 2 men, which would be commitment, compassion, service, global consciousness, planetary mind, belief in oneself, one's dreams and visions. Doesn't have all of it in here. And I've been out of practice. But I have a few references up here. And I should get on my cards more. I used to do a divination all the time. People always asking me for readings and stuff, and I just don't put a priority over it. That's Oh well, so that's a little bit about what's coming, y'all. That's all. That's all. So, if you're feeling a little blue, that could be why. And don't let the holidays turn you blue. No matter what's going on, take the positive out of it. You don't have to celebrate it, but you can look at what's positive and say, okay, this is positive. And so, if you get love from people and you can show love back to people, that's positive. So that's what that's what I'll share with anybody. Through what? The cars line up through Leaf Stand. I don't know what that is. Damn, how does people get stranded on ice so much? It's just been cold today, y'all. It ain't really been cold up here. So why would you go on ice? I don't get that. What is it with the Europeans wanting to go on ice? Why do y'all go on ice so much? Like, it's got to be cold for a long time. It ain't been cold for a long time, y'all. Why y'all out there with that ice?
Turned dire when an ice floe began to move away from shore. Sharon, you joins us now. And Sharon, you spoke with Beltrami County first responders about this.
Yeah, Lauren, Randy, officials say it's way too early in the season, especially under windy circumstances like Upper Red Lake saw yesterday. And while the recommendation is technically 10 inches of ice for a snowmobile, you have to consider wind and other things factoring into that safety calculation as well.
Minnesotans love their winter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dive underneath the ice on purpose.
So much that when it doesn't come fast enough, we force it to.
So all of the snow is saved from the trails at the ski area. So we take our big snowcats and we push it into a massive pile in a shaded area, kind of behind where all the action is.
But when winter isn't ready, no amount of eagerness can convince it.
Sometimes I feel like we're repeating the same message every year.
Evidenced by this rescue that happened Sunday afternoon where an ice sheet broke off from Upper Red Lake, leaving 35 people stranded.
There was an open water of about 100 yards between the main portion of ice and the upper portion.
This, like winter, happens every year.
We see it more often than not up on Upper Red Lake just because of the geographical size of the lake and its inability to freeze over completely. We'll see probably 2 to 3 events that get reported to us. A lot of times the local resorts up there, part of the fee that you're paying to go out on the lake is for them to assist you should you need assistance.
But when an ice rescue needs to be done by law enforcement, the toll is heavy.
Especially during this time of the year, just because of the frequency of use. We do involve an ambulance crew. We do involve several fire departments, the DNR, and then law enforcement in general, and it does eat up a considerable amount of time and resources.
You can tell he's not talking about any of the darkies. There's no darkies up there. That's 35 of them. What was they doing on the ice? Was they doing some kind of campaign about go get the darkies? They got to be on the ice to, why are 35 people on ice? Like they didn't see that it's a possibility that the ice might not work out for them. He says all the time it happens. We'll be like, hey, we're stuck on the ice. Can you send somebody out here? I think we'll be able to float for a few hours, but it's too cold and too far to swim. You betcha. They go right and save them. All right, let's kind of laugh at him a little more.
Resources.
Luckily, no one was injured, but we just wanted to reiterate that departments like the Kelleher Fire Department, they're all volunteers. So after that rescue late into yesterday, they had to all go back to their day jobs today. So it's one of those things where it's nicer when folks are a little bit more careful and prudent about their actions.
Yeah, stay the fuck off the ice, Europeans. Stay off the ice, baby. If it ain't minus all month, stay off the ice. Oh my goodness. Damn. What was this, a day ago? This is a day ago? So we had a shooting here.
In Marshall, Minnesota. Today, the BCA announced that they were investigating after a man died in what the agency is calling a use of deadly force incident. Tonight, photojournalist David Peterlins has the latest on the case and what neighbors are saying about what happened.
The serenity of a Sunday in Marshall, shattered by the sounds of shots and sirens.
People texted us saying there was some commotion in the neighborhood.
For neighbor Jake Knutson,
haven't even closed on the house yet.
It wasn't exactly the welcome to the neighborhood he and his family were expecting.
I heard the cops came in, tased the guy.
About 2:45 Sunday morning, Marshall police say they were called to this home on the city's southwest side for a domestic disturbance. According to their press release, an officer witnessed a man, quote, actively stabbing a woman. During the course of the incident, police say a taser was used and shots were fired. However, it's not
actively stabbing her. Damn, he was shank.
Not clear who fired the shots. The woman, who has yet to be identified, was airlifted to a Sioux Falls hospital, where she is said to be in critical condition. The Marshall police chief said in a statement that this is, quote, not believed to be a random attack, and that a loss of life is always incredibly sad and impactful to the family and community. As investigators
don't nobody live up here. Wherever they live, look at this. It's very sparse.
Collected evidence and looked for answers, new neighbors like Knutson understand that this isn't an everyday occurrence.
Stuff happens, and chances that this happens again, especially in this town.
In Marshall.
Well, there's crazy everywhere. There's crazy everywhere, so don't think it can't happen to you. It's crazy everywhere. I will say that. What is this?
We're looking.
Suspect 2 years after. I don't know. They got her undercover. Or I'm trying to understand this. This is fairly recent, 1 day ago. So let's see the local debauchery.
We're looking, to see if there was an exit wound. And I was just in excruciating pain, just like, let's get to the hospital. I knew the clock was ticking.
A mom, a wife, an innocent victim caught in the crossfire of a drive-by shooting on Minneapolis's popular Eat Street. It would take investigators more than 2 years and some remarkable forensics to connect the dots and ultimately charge the alleged gunman whose bullet ended up lodged in the woman's jaw.
Crappy damn!
The victim, who lost her career in the medical field and nearly lost her life, is sharing her story publicly for the very first time.
And the incredible investigative work that's bringing her one step closer to justice. Here's Fox 9's Paul Bloom.
Paul.
My family and I will never be the same people again. My son will never have the same mom.
Damn.
Still traumatized. Amber asked us only to identify her by her first name.
Amber.
She's concerned about her safety and privacy.
Safety and privacy.
2 years after her world was shattered.
I had no idea going to dinner that I'd end up shot and almost dying, and my life was going to be changed forever.
Damn, that hurts me. Commercial. Why? Why ask why? Commercial. Oh, why ask why? Commercial. Damn, we was into Amber. Amber, tell us. Damn.
21 Nicollet Avenue, Minneapolis.
What was happening?
A block dotted with ethnic restaurants. Amber and a friend were heading home from an early summer evening meal together. Amber recalls spotting a group of young men hanging out on the sidewalk in front of Tobacco and Moss. It was then a troubled corner when the gunfire erupted.
And all of a sudden we heard pop, pop, pop. I immediately knew it was shooting.
Amber grabbed her companion's hand to run. She made only a few steps before collapsing to the ground.
So it was like an explosion in my back, just blinding pain. I dropped like a ton of bricks, and I was immediately paralyzed on my upper half.
Damn,
face down.
Amber was struck by a single bullet that tore through her shoulder blade, dissecting her carotid artery, collapsing her lung on its devastating path into her jaw.
Damn!
A practicing physician's assistant at the time immediately knew her situation was dire.
For a couple minutes, unable to move.
She couldn't move.
And then I started bleeding out of my mouth.
Damn.
Things were definitely serious.
Whoa. Okay, I'm grossed out enough. I think we need to. Okay, let's. She's grossing me out. I'm sorry, my stomach's weak. Let's see what this got to do with it.
For him to have to tell everyone his mom died when he was 2.
How's she talking about her
Emergency
son?
responders rushed Amber to HCMC, her mindset to fight, to live for her young son and her husband.
To be shot completely through your neck and survive, I guess I'm lucky in that sense.
I think so.
What followed was constant, agonizing pain. It crippled her ability to parent and to work. Amber explains she struggled miserably with her physical and emotional healing, including regaining movement on her paralyzed left side. It would take several months before her medical team surgically removed the bullet lodged in her jaw.
Crappy, damn! Oh, that hurts.
By making an incision.
God damn! Look at that. That's like a 45 or maybe a 9. Damn, that's a big bullet.
Under the back of my tongue, through my mouth, which was kind of a miserable recovery.
Definitely.
Amber had no idea that damaged bullet, responsible for so much of her suffering, would eventually assist authorities in charging the suspected gunman who fired the near-fatal shot.
2 years ago, 1 year ago, or now, we want to hold people accountable who are willing to use guns against other individuals.
It turns out the bullet was the final piece in a complicated puzzle involving forensic science, a fingerprint on a discarded soda can at the scene, surveillance video, a bright purple handgun, and another shooter willing to name names.
And so it's putting all of that together, and we see that in investigations now, that with all the technology, the forensics, it's important to have investigators who have the knowledge to put all of that together.
Okay, remember, there was a couple young men that shot some shots. Now, a couple dudes got life recently, I showed, but a couple people, they let them out after some shootings like this. So let's see how much time they gave the dude. Let's see.
Together, and so that we can get a case like this and be able to prosecute it.
Let's start with the Pepsi can. Fingerprints on the can match to this man, Marion Ware. Ware was seen on video outside.
See, I told you it was a darkie. See, I'm always right. I'm always right. I told you it was a darkie. Even when I'm right, even when I'm wrong, I'm right. But I was right that it was a darkie. Let's go.
At a tobacco shop, shooting at occupants of a passing Honda Accord who fired first. Police eventually arrested Ware with a gun that matched ballistics at the scene. Ware is currently serving a 9-year prison sentence for his role. A second suspect, James Patterson, is awaiting sentencing in the case. He is currently in prison for other crimes, and according to court records, is cooperating with prosecutors. Patterson identified a third shooter by the name of Quintarius Franklin, describing his group as a, quote, street gang along Nicollet. Patterson reported Franklin raised up and fired from a distinctive purple Smith & Wesson handgun, just as Amber and her friend attempted to cross the street.
Yeah, man, you should have told us about it, man. I understand, bro.
In a bit of good fortune for law enforcement, Crystal Police randomly recovered a purple handgun during this traffic stop and arrest in August 2021, just a couple months after Amber was nearly killed.
You suck. You suck. You suck, commercials. You suck, commercials. Purple gun, you should have got rid of it. He should have got rid of the purple gun. You notice it's a Prince reference. Purple gun, purple gun.
Serial number scratched off. Nothing in the case file suggests the motorist had anything to do with Amber's shooting. But when it was test fired, rounds matched discarded casings and other evidence collected near that tobacco shop.
It was the gun.
Uploaded to a national ballistic information portal. With the gun confirmed, the bullet from Amber's jaw, and a name, it was now up to forensic analysis to connect the final dots.
So this is our firearms range, housed on the 3rd floor here.
While the Minneapolis Crime Lab worked Amber's case, we came to the Bureau of Criminal Apprehensions laboratories in St. Paul for a comparable demonstration.
Yeah, so prior to coming into laboratory, we'll make note of the class characteristics of the firearm.
Here, Travis Mellon, the firearm examiner, loaded a Glock, and then he test fired several rounds into a sealed tank, explaining the tub filled with approximately 600 gallons of water keeps the bullets from getting damaged and preserves the individual markings made by the suspect firearm. Mellon eventually fished out the rounds and prepared them for analysis.
That's how we store our bullets.
Under his compound microscope with
Chain of command.
Mellon can spend hours scrutinizing.
Chain of command.
Fine-tuning, searching all the ridges and striations every gun makes between his test-fired rounds and the evidence that would have been supplied by police. No AI or high-tech here. This is all human visualization and analysis.
Lighting is crucial when making these
Lighting is
comparisons. Even the
crucial.
slightest angle difference between even what we're looking at here can visually look different. So that comes with that training.
All right, enough. That's kind of boring. See, kind of shit's going on, and they got him. They got him. Damn, what is this? Frankie's guilty plea. So
Now to a story that is.
that's all right. That's some of the debauchery. What? What is this? Woman pleads about the man she said killed her sister inside their apartment. Damn, somebody killed your sister inside women's apartment. Damn. Ah. I did that story a year ago. Damn, security. When is this? 13 days ago, security guard killed at Philadelphia Macy's. On holidays, you think you could. I don't know. This is debauchery, but for some reason, she's not getting the information. So let's see if this is a vision story. This is some debauchery.
For answers after a woman is shot and killed at a South Minneapolis apartment complex. Police are calling it a domestic-related incident, and no arrests so far have been made. Jennifer Hoff is here with where things stand tonight. Jennifer.
Randy, according to a group working to end relationship abuse, Keisha Moore is Minnesota's 34th victim this year, 10 more than last year. At a time, those advocates say when perhaps that's because there are fewer advocates to help and the violence is just more severe. At an apartment just west of Lake Harriet, in the usually quiet Linden Hills neighborhood, Minneapolis police say a domestic-related incident happened last night, leaving a 43-year-old woman dead, her live-in partner on the run.
She belonged to people, and that impacts our communities.
The executive director of Violence Free Minnesota, a group working to end relationship abuse, says Keisha Moore was the state's 34th victim of intimate partner homicide, now nearing the record 37 deaths from 10 years ago.
How do we do this so we don't have any more deaths regarding that something that is 100% preventable? And we all feel it, whether we know this person or not.
In Moore's case, police say she was shot inside her apartment. Outside, there's now a memorial. Her sister telling me Moore was a pillar in the community and owned a business, even pleading online for more information about the man she says killed her. KARE 11, though, not naming people not charged with the crime, while the advocates
trust your gut.
They continue providing support and remembering every victim for more than their death.
It's okay to start looking at your resources, having those on hand when you think something isn't correct or right.
Trust your gut. She says Minnesota, or rather Violence Free Minnesota, does partner with more than 90 programs around the state.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. When they show you you're crazy, they're crazy, believe they're crazy, and treat them as crazy. Now, some of us live with crazy, but, if the crazy will make you want to murder, I don't know. It seems to be it's more men that seem to be crazy. Like they said, 34 women killed. And it's a type of control. I mean, it's a total type of control that people get treated like this. And it's, mostly women. And it's because I'm stronger, you're going to leave me, so I have to kill you. And that's a weakness. That's a weakness of mine too, where a person snaps because his world has changed, and not understanding that you've changed it because you made the person not want to put up with whatever abuse that you put a person up through. You did. So when they show you they're crazy, believe it. Now, the system can be abused. Women do abuse the system, call it where, they want to be in control and show a dude that, you can't talk to me any kind of way. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about where it's a serious situation and, someone is being harmed. And I would say this for anybody listening out there: if it happens once, then you got to leave. All the apologies in the it's like you got to look at it like this. It's the same way. When dudes is in jail, when they want, when they think you can help to get them out, the way they act. A perfect example. I know a murderer. This woman had a baby by him, so she helped him get out. A murderer. Because the murder was the one murder everybody knew he did was unsolved. They couldn't prove he did it, but everybody knew he did it. And she helped him get out. And then within 6 months, she was surprised that he was cheating on her. When they're in that jail, they will be saints. They will say anything for you to get them out. And there's no guarantee they're going to stay with you when they get out. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with people like that. You're dealing with master manipulators. And so first time they show you they're crazy, believe them and leave and set yourself secure. Because they're not going to stop. It's about control. Remember I showed a story about a guy killed 3 children. He let her child go that she had with someone else, but he knew that it would hurt her to kill the 3 they had together, that it would hurt her more. And so she stayed with that man too long. There were signs, probably because their youngest child was 2 or 3 that he killed. So there were signs before you had them children that this man was crazy. And not only crazy, a psychopath. So don't, they're not ever sorry. Remember, once they do that, they're a guy in jail. They'll say anything. Then the next time, they go, because they're trying to control you. And so early in the relationship, if they're showing control issues, believe them and make yourself safe. Because that's what a lot of it is. Because a lot of people ain't used to, somebody just walking away. The idea of them starting all over again. Some people really kill the person and then live like that. I don't understand that. There's somebody for everybody. That's a fact. You just have to find your match. And just, and I don't know, like maturity, it's hard to tell younger cats because, when are people considered younger cats? I would say me being 62, I'll be 63 and 24, but I would just say like cats in their 40s and 50s, this is the problem. It's like when you're married or when you have someone, you still attracting people. Especially when you're in your 40s and your 50s. You still attract. It's because you have something solid with you, so it attracts others. It attracts others. So, and some people are surprised about that kind of attention. That's, I guess that gets into simps. A simp get married and then all of a sudden other girls like him or get a girl, and he doesn't understand. And it's not the law of attraction. It's just men attract multiple women. That's just what it is. Doesn't mean he has to do anything about it. It's just if you take care of yourself and you carry yourself a certain way, you attract people. That's just how it goes. If you have anything about yourself, you're going to attract people to you. But it seems to be the, the dudes in the 40s and 50s that, really get caught up of not understanding that and not understanding lifetime goals with a partner. Women seem to see that kind of thing fairly early, I would say. Where they say, hey, I can do this forever with this nigga right here. If he acts right, I'm with it. Women seem to have that maturity. Now, men, and I'm, player pimp kind of shit. Not understanding, I am attracting people because of how I carry myself and who I am. So I do understand all these kind of things and feelings. But it does have to take a time in your life and you say, this is what I've wanted. This is who I want to be with, and this is who I'm going to plan and try to do everything with. So if that's for you, that's for you. If it's not for you, whatever works. I can't tell, what works for who. Because I've seen people, like I said, I was involved with 3 women for 10 years. 2 of them longer than 10 years, but 3 of them for 10 years. And all 3 of them pretty much knew about each other. Got children with all 3. So I understand. Jailhouse fantasies. Yeah, exactly. People tell you anything when they're in that mug. They'll tell you anything. They some one of my homeboys was telling me, he had good penmanship and he's writing up his legal deals and briefs and shit. And he's like, I still got good penmanship. Like, well, I guess for that kind of thing, you do need good penmanship. You got a lot of time on your hands, so you got a lot of time to practice your penmanship. Remember Malcolm X said he read a dictionary. He read the whole dictionary and wrote it out. Taught himself a lot of big words. I really want a bowl of cereal. I'm not going to lie. That sounds so good right now. And I'm up over 2 hours. I'm sorry I wasn't on last night. Again, they tried to put the Monkey King in the cave, and I can't have it. That's all I get is I keep seeing them rocks and them big boulders all over me. The gods made me, I couldn't defend myself. They tricked me, and I looked up, and the big mountain was just coming over me, and I'm just like to fly. Help me, So I had to figure a way to rebirth myself out of the mountain. Which was not an easy and quick feat. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I'll be back. And I got all my picks in. I'll be back Wednesday, and I'll have the spreads by then. And so we'll go over the spreads by then before the first game on Thursday. I don't know how much broadcasting I'm going to be doing. We'll see. How much I'll do if. So the next 2 weeks, because I'm got a lot going on. So we'll see how much I'll be able to come on and talk about the man. And I'll say this is like this is golly, how do I say this? There is Violent Night kind of kept saying this, and I'll have to agree. And it's around all the time, but there is a type of positive magic that goes around this type of year. The way they script this thing, it's something that couldn't be avoided, and it's a spell that they put out. That I guess it's like a bonus because, it's a lot of bonuses going on. So I guess it's a kind of bonus they give where they talk about, and it's, they talk about Christmas miracles. Now, I know only so much gets reported, but it is, as I said, Violent Night, Santa keeps saying, I don't know how this Christmas miracle shit works. I don't quite understand it myself. And I think that's trying to tell you something, that there is, there's a lot of money going around now. So you can get help if whoever you are. Wherever you are, you can get help too. So there are Christmas miracles, which too bad they can't last all year round here in America. But for this week especially, get your help if you need the help. But, send positive energy your way. Don't worry. Because I'm giving gifts, like I'm giving somebody, this is one of the gifts I'm giving, this. Might give my son this knife. So, I've got gifts all around, So don't worry about it. Re-gift. We watched Violent Night last night. We really, really liked the movie. Oh, the movie is a crack up. The movie is a crack. It's a shoot 'em up. But it's some funny shit in there too that had me just laughing like a motherfucker. It's a shoot 'em up. No doubt it is a shoot 'em up. But they got jokes in there like a motherfucker. And Santa be fucking dudes up. It's kind of cool the way he fucks them up. So it's surprising. It's really surprising how actually a good movie it actually is. Again, if you like shoot 'em ups and fights and shit, it's good for that. And Santa's fucking them up. But as I told you before, I got to watch it again and write them names down. Maybe I'll clip that little part and write all them names down he gives, because he says what he's called. I think that's interesting. Well, I think I'm going to call it, Again, I had to bust out the gold needle polo. Polo forever. Marco Polo. Long live Polo. I dig Polo. So remember, I'm not a New York rapper or a LA gang banger. I'm just an old school Detroit crack slinger. Make more money. My pockets like sunshine, they always sunny. The solstice is Thursday, so I should be here Wednesday to try to get the spreads. So, energy to the people that got debaucherized. Did you see Leave the World? Yeah, I saw the Leave the World Behind. Okay, so they show Leave the World Behind. Then the next day they show Mark Zuckerberg's, $10 million underground little thing and stuff. It's a lot of predictive programming with Obama being involved. I don't know. Like these Europeans in America, the only way that could happen is if they allow it. Let me just say that. I've said that before. That's the only way they could lose. We spend so much more money on our military than anybody else. None of this is really possible that they showed unless they want it to happen. And I think, when I show Ancestor Production and you're seeing the Europeans losing their grip on the world, and that goes back to Planet of the Apes, where they would rather destroy the world. They would rather destroy America than lose control. Whatever they could do to keep control, they wouldn't care what happened to, the slaves that they want to tax. Again, you see, they're bringing these mass amount of people from the border. So, I mean, there's a plot behind that. That's not just circumstantial that they're coming. Again, you're seeing a plot behind that, bringing in all these people. And I think, when you saw those people, when Trump got elected, and they say, you're not going to replace us. That's kind of what they're trying to say is, they want to bring these Latin-looking South Americans and Mexicans and be the new Europeans, the American European. So the ones that are dying off, want some help to stay alive or stay relevant. But as I said, if they can't be in control, that's the end of the world to them. That's the end of the Bible where, all this is how they feel. If the families that control everything, if something befell on them and they could destroy everything, they would do it. Or if, people was figuring it out and going after their ass, they would try to blow this shit up as much as they could because they couldn't live without control. I mean, they learned from the French Revolution. None of the revolutions after what happened to the French happened again. I mean, the Bolshevik Revolution was a religious too. You had the Jewish faith people defeat the Catholics. And that's one part of the Bolshevik Revolution they don't want to tell you. They want to tell you that, them communists ain't got no gods, and that they do got a god. Them communists, the Soviet Union was a state and still is a state of them peoples. And again, look at the history of who created that state, and look at the Bolsheviks. The Bolsheviks was the them people's armies. And that's just a fact that they can't deny. Bolsheviks was Jewish faith people. So that's who defeated the Catholic Tsar, was the Jewish faith Bolsheviks. And all the people that took over were Jewish faith. Even Karl Marx, who invented so-called Marxism, is Jewish faith. So you can't tell me that wasn't a religious takeover. But the French takeover was unique because they killed all the rich people under the guise of nobility. Under the guise of nobility, but is really killing off the rich and anyone who helped or worked with the rich. And that's unique in history. That never happened again. That never happened again. And that scared them. That scared them. That's why they wanted somebody like Napoleon to come up in there, because they was like, we can't ever let that happen again. That's why you have the American system. You can't blame one family. You dig? That's the president protects them. We put a face out there, we put a puppet out there, and we blame him and the Congress and the Senate. And we make all them part of debaucheries, and we make them corrupt and give them and take the bread, give them publicity, take publicity, rise them high, embarrass them. And then the families back there are never to blame. The real money is back there, never to blame. They stay in the shadows. And that is the shadow government. That's the reality. All of them, they talk about it. They know it. Some of the channels, some of these cats on here tell you and talk about it. The real power behind it all. And it's real people. It ain't boogeyman. These are real people. That's families from families and from families have these long-lasting economic relationships. Decades, centuries of relationships. And they play a game like, the stock market, it's never in jeopardy. They can make it go up. It's artificial. The stock market and the trading is artificial. I caught that Kramer dude a couple years ago. He's like, the numbers that we are seeing, and I showed it maybe on my old channel, but what he said is, and this was like early COVID, but he said, and he said it. He's like, what we're seeing, it looks like someone put this together. This is manipulated. He came out, he said, there's no way this is manipulated. It's like, this makes no sense. The way this is traded, there's no way it's manipulated. Again, they got to tell you sometimes about this corrupt system that they run. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Oh my goodness. And, I make fun of so many different things, and so many people take things to heart. And it's like, that's what I don't understand. It's like people take positions and it's like there's no other position. And it reminds me so much, of a person when they become a Christian, or a Muslim. It's like they have no other conversation. The first year or two, they have no other conversation but Jesus or Allah. You ask them how they doing, they got Jesus or Allah as the answer. And you miss a lot of the world when you have those blinders on. You miss a lot of the world. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I don't come on Tuesdays. Sorry I wasn't on last night. But I want to thank you. I really did decent numbers for a small channel as I have. I never want a big channel. I think I like the way it is, and I've never, as I said before, I never ask for money. People donate, that's fine, but it's not my main thing. I don't ask for likes. I don't ask for views. I don't even ask to share. I'm surprised that people do share my work, and I thank you for that. I thank you for that. You know, I rarely come on here and belittle anyone. You know, I belittle myself. I'm a major debaucher. You know, I try not to. I laugh at people, and I do call ugly women ugly, so I'm sorry about that. If that offends you, then you just going to be offended, because I am a very handsome man at 62. There's a lot of men my age that don't look near as handsome as I look. You know what they say? Every time I'm seen, I've got to be clean. You know this.
And every time I'm seen, I got to be clean.
So I'm dressed as nice as anybody on this motherfucker. And I have fun doing it. Doing the French way. Doing the French way. And I have fun doing it, y'all. And so I'm going to leave you with an old Negro spiritual. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Crappy damn, what is this? 8 months ago? Damn, somebody fucked her up. What does it say? Idaho man. What is this shit? This is a couple months ago.
A new Planet Fitness.
Let's read this. Idaho man arrested after killing the man who murdered his mother last night. Okay, I don't need that debauchery. Oh, okay. Well, how long ago is this? 2 months ago, Las Vegas teen expected slap on the wrist for killing a cyclist and proclaimed, "I'll be out in 30 days." Police body cam video released an arrest of Las Vegas teen who hit somebody with a bicycle. Indicts teen accused of. How do you get yourself in that position? I don't know. I don't know. But I have fun, y'all. I mean, it's so fun when y'all come in here, and I just have fun. That's why I do this, because I do have fun doing it. All the sounds and stuff I have fun with. It just makes me, I hear stuff, and I was like, okay, I can use this, I can use that. And you know, I just like I didn't show any of Robert Glasper's video and shit. I didn't really need to. You know, I experienced that, and I don't know. I didn't really need to own a little bit of it to say, hey, this is what I did. You know, at times I'll show myself at the game just having fun, stunting. You know, we all do that. I'm not going to stunt too much sitting in the upper decks. So not too much stunting up there other than seeing me. Here I am. But I'm still going to have fun with it because, but you know, I'm going to be supercharged because I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins. And so when I step up in that joint, it's like they plug me in. Pull my string, I'll dance, I'll sing, I'll play for you. But I will come out there with a lot of energy built up. And you can bet your bottom dollar about that, baby. Goddamn. 7 hours ago. What? This is... Wow. Okay. This is some debauchery that, okay, I hadn't heard about. This looks like new debauchery. So we might have to give this a play. All right. This is some debauchery.
Accused of murder, and it's a story the 8 News Now investigators first broke. Vanessa Murphy is here with the latest on the investigation.
The question remains, why? So far, a possible motive remains unclear, but what we do know, the basketball player and his girlfriend are locked up in jail.
Manji versus Bonchi, the two bigs.
This is the day after Las Vegas Metro Police say Chance Comanche and his girlfriend Sakari Harnden kidnapped and murdered a woman in Las Vegas. Now the 27-year-old former NBA player and G League Sacramento Stockton Kings player and 19-year-old Harnden face murder and kidnapping charges. Police say they found the remains of 23-year-old Morena Rogers in a desert area in Henderson, just outside of Las Vegas. She was a medical assistant visiting with friends from Washington State. While the investigation continues, here's what we've learned so far from both police and Rogers' loved ones. December 5th, police say Rogers was out with friends but had already planned to meet Harnden, her so-called friend. Harnden brought Comanche. Earlier that same day, Comanche had played at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson. The 6th, the last known time Rogers is seen. The 7th, she's reported missing. Detectives suspected foul play and say they found evidence linking the pair to Rogers' disappearance. The 13th, Harnden is taken into custody for kidnapping. Las Vegas Justice Court Judge Diana Sullivan sets her bail at $500,000. The 15th, Comanche is taken into custody in Sacramento County, California, by a local FBI apprehension team. The Stockton Kings announce his release. On Monday, an attorney for Rogers' family sent the 8 News Now investigators this statement. We held on to hope for Morena's safe return and are devastated that she will never come home. Morena was kind and compassionate with aspirations for her future. We are grateful to the law enforcement agencies who have worked together over the last 2 weeks to seek answers and continue to seek justice for Morena and our family. We request privacy as we grieve this tragic and senseless loss.
Like, why did they take her? Like, what was the point? Was, like, why? And look at the other girl. I mean, she is crazy looking.
Kidnapped and
Wow. Like, what did they need with the other woman? Why would... Wow. Wow. Why? Like, why? What did they need from this girl? Like, what would be the motive? That's my thing. It's like, what would be the motive for them to kill that girl? Was they trying to, get money from her? Wow, I'd like to know the end of this story. The wife part. Like, I don't think they give a why.
tragic and senseless loss. Comanche is expected to be extradited from California to Nevada. Harnden remains at the Clark County Detention Center in downtown Las Vegas. Vanessa Murphy, 8 News.
Lunatic hoes probably tied to a sacrifice. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. It is some type of sacrifice. And even though they're getting taken out,
2 teens accused of murder.
They are going to be rewarded for getting that blood, because there's nothing about that story that sounds like no one just goes up and kills somebody like that in America. Just nobody just kidnaps a grown ass girl. Like, why would it almost seems like it was the girls, like the young girls thing, the 19-year-old. You almost get the feeling that she was in charge of that. And what would her, how was she tied up into sacrifice? That's the wild shit. It's like, what did she go through? That's what's making me wonder. It's like, what did she go through? He is a struggling G-leaguer dude, right? She may have been who they chose to sacrifice. It didn't sound right. It's something about that story is not right. He's a struggling dude. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't a star. He's a dude that was just there still getting them checks. And them checks ain't them, when you NBA checks, them $20,000, $15,000 checks. They ain't them $100,000 checks every week. Them little checks every week. So, I don't know. Damn. That's some cold shit. How can you be so cold-blooded? Well, hate to leave on that story, but that story presented itself. And so I brought it out there. I don't really care about, most of actors and shit when they do debauchery, because that's what they do. It's acting. All of it's the same. It's all acting. It's all entertainment. All of it has entertainment value. So none of this shit surprises me, because that's what they're into. And they know it's all going to come to a hold eventually. All right. Well, I'm going to leave wearing my gold needle. Oh, this gold needle is so nice. Look how, man, fuck that tech Nike shit. Look at that, baby. It's a little too hot to wear indoors, kind of, what this shit is. Look at that. Fuck that Nike tech. It's Polo, baby. Sorry, Nike tech. I can't buy you when Polo makes this. Polo makes this. Feel that. Till we meet again.